want some tiramisu? And so like I crawl my way back up like the top of the stairs.
You pee.
And like
I assume.
Yeah. And I crawl my way back up the stairs and I come into the room and there is a show going on. A Russian show, and they do their shows in neon spandex with a fucking black light. And my mind is blown. I'm fucking like, what? Like, why are they doing this?
You still get like that when you jump, like, no, dude, don't.
Oh my god, the world is already spinning. Now it's like, it's spinning, and I'm in an awful, like, the music is like this thumping, like, techno. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. It's I get back to my seat and I immediately like put my head down behind my shoulders. I'm like, tell me when it's over. Just tell me when it's over. And we like, so the guy that I'm sitting across was like, he's like got shots, like he's got like 3 shots that I like evidently missed out on while I was peeing.
Gotta catch up.
He did that I now need to finish, right? And it's just bad. Like we finished an entire bottle of vodka. And so the night is over, like, so I have to check and everything, and my boss is like, Dennis, you have to like come home with me, because he has a car, right? So he's like, come with us and we'll drop you off. I'm like, no! I'm like, so I'm like adamant that like, I don't need a car, I'm just gonna take the subway, you know, like.
I know that Dennis.
Exactly, right? I'm like adamant, I'm like, no, I'm fine, you know, like, I got this, I'm gonna go take the subway, you know?
Oh God.
And,
Sheepshead Bay to Park Slope?
Yeah.
That late?
Yeah.
Oh.
So another coworker, like, takes it with me, and I'm so glad that I took the subway. I'm not proud of what happened, but, like, I get on the subway, and I'm fine, I'm kind of sitting there, and I'm, like, a little kind of, like, you know, browsing. The train starts moving, and I like puke the entire, like, on the entire. Now, at that point, I'm that guy. I am that guy.
How did that get in here? Dennis Como.
I'm that guy. And my coworker's there, like, he's sitting there with me, and like, Coney Island is like the last stop, right? So like, we're there just by ourselves, and as we like, as we go, the people come on, and we're like, holy shit!
It must have stunk.
So, oh my god, it was fucking awful. And I feel so bad.
Yeah, pickles.
Yeah.
Pickles and mayonnaise.
So it gets worse. You think it's bad now, it gets worse.
Oh no.
So like,
no way.
So somehow, I don't even know, I like black, I don't know how I get home, and I don't know, like my coworker has never been to my place. He didn't. I don't know how I got home to that day. All I know is my roommates, also out drinking, not as badly as I've been drinking, but they come back, they find me hung over our like kitchen sink. I'm like almost butt naked, like I'm in my underwear, like I'm ripped off my clothes. Like I'm there like hung over like this, and my roommates are like, here, right? And I'm like, and so they like drag me out to my room, like with the bucket down, like give me a glass of water, like I'm in bed. It still gets worse than this because my parents are in town visiting that weekend, and I make plans to like meet them at the MoMA at like 10 in the morning or something like that. We're going to the museum. We're like meeting at the museum. I wake up at like 11:15 with like 5 voicemails, like 10 missed calls, and so I'm like totally hungover, hungover like I've never been hungover before in my life.
All you can see is me.
And yeah. And so like I call my parents and I'm like, I think I ate something that was really bad at the restaurant. I think I've got like some food poisoning. And
like alcohol poisoning, this is a real real thing.
And it's like, oh, it's okay, you know, no worries, like, well, you know, we're at the museum, we're like taking it out. I'm like, no, I'm coming. So I stupidly like, you know, get on some clothes, so like go up and meet them at the MoMA. And we're like looking at like the artwork, and my head is pounding, you know, and they're like, they totally know. Yeah. And we're like, you know, we're walking through the museum, and they're like, I know that they know that I'm like hungover.
You must think.
Like crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking good at all. They're like, why don't we go get you some soup or something, you know? So like we go, and like we have soup, and they're like, just go home. Just go home, and like we'll call you for dinner or something, right? So I leave, and so that's pretty much the worst like drinking experience I've ever had in my life. Like years later, like we're all hanging out, and like I'm at my sister and I've told my sister the story. We're all hanging out, we're like eating dinner, and we're talking about like the last time they were in New York. And we're like, oh yeah, Dennis, remember like, you know, you were really sick after that Russian food? And my sister like busts out laughing.